Good morning, everybody. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Today is Saturday, and let's get what's going on with the twin flame, soulmate, lovers in separation, divine counterparts in separation. Let's see what the energies are for the collective. And just remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. If you would like something that resonates with you, you may want to reach out and get your own personal reading. So, with that, let's see what the energies are for today. Today is embrace. For each other, you find the missing pieces. So, we're having some energies of, I'd say magnetism. I've been seeing that a lot in the past few weeks, where the energies have seemed to have changed. And with the exception of yesterday's read, which was kind of a wake up call for those who are not heeding the signs from spirit, I believe that a lot of us are being pulled to find that person, to be magnetic to that person, and to embrace the journey. So, with that, let's see what else is going on inside of this connection in separation. And all right, so we have a few cards coming out, and let's see what we've got. We've got illusion. Avoid the trap of mistaking a fantasy for a true soul connection. And I still see that Spirit is still warning us, be careful of illusion. We may think somebody is our person when they're really not, because you have to go within yourself to see, is this person making me feel good, or is this person giving me a lot of anxiety? And if it's a lot of anxiety, then you need to remove yourself from that person. Emotions. Look deep within your emotions. And that's, again, another warning from Spirit saying you need to get inside of your emotions, get past the illusions, get past the confusion. So it looks like we're getting more signs from Spirit around this, that you got to be really careful. You've got to start using your discernment. He said close soul connections are harmoniously synced, creating moments of telepathy, right? And so a lot of you are mistaking some of these moments of telepathy with illusion and confusion, and you have to look deep inside of your heart to kind of see where does that all come from. So let's see what other energies are presenting ourselves, so we can see where this read is going. So yesterday's was a big warning right after the 1010 portal, that it's, we're coming up on the 1111 portal, the twin flame portal, and it's time to start, moving into your healing and moving into your truth. And let's see what we've got coming on, what other love energies are going on. Now, again, if I'm not taking all these Spirit, I'll leave that one. But if you have been called, I do have a group healing going on with my co-host Spiritual Susan on the 10th of November, which is about a month away, where we will work on healing for the Twin Flame Collective, for Soulmate Collective, Divine Counterpart Collective. It's going to help you remove the blocks that you have to love and to your connection. And how do we do that? By bringing down the codes to help make you aware of what it is that you need to work on, and start energetically releasing some of that. And healing's a choice. So if you're interested in that, send me a DM or an email, and then we'll give you all the information. It will be donation based. Abundance. Keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want, right? So Spirit is saying, look, get out of this and go into this. Mirror. You guys are mirroring each other. So let's hope you're both not in illusion and confusion, because you don't want to be in that space. You want to be here where you guys are finding that clarity. Healing heart. And again, healing is a choice. So if you want to heal, you have to choose to. A love call. Someone expresses love, so you may be getting a call. The butterfly, right? The relationship's evolving to the next stage. And how do you get there? You get there by healing. The palm tree, stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, right? And Spirit saying that, look, this has the potential to endure all the winds. Why are palm trees so resilient? Because, they go through all these hurricanes and everything, and they just flap back and forth, flap back and forth, flap back and forth, and they're flapping back and forth, but they still stay rooted. and healthy choices. Making healthy choices in love and life, self-care, self-love, right? And this is in that bridge area, right? How do you get from here, this illusion and confusion, over to this love call, this palm stability, love, right? And it's all about that healing process, going within and understanding, what is it that you within you, because everything is a relationship within you. What is it within you that needs to be addressed? Why are you triggered? Why are you feeling that anxiety? Once you understand it, then you can go in and start to heal it. Like a lot of us, inner child healing is probably one of the best places to start. Abandonment, rejection wounds, especially for the divine feminine, which most of you, man or woman, doesn't matter what. It's an energy. It's not a gender. Anybody who's watching this read has probably got a divine feminine energy in them right now. And that's just the magnetic energy. It's not so much that it's girl energy. Okay, so let's see what else Spirit is giving us right now. And thank you for all those hearts. I really do appreciate it. And, please like, share, follow, subscribe, reach out if you're looking for your own reading. And I also do light language healings. Okay, mistakes. I wish I could right the wrong. So your person and you are both feeling this, right? Because you're mirroring each other. You both had some trauma responses here. And so you really want to right what's wrong. Sabotage. You mess up the good things in life sometimes, right? And why do we sabotage ourselves? And we'll probably get to that in the blocks too, but we sabotage ourselves because we go after things that we know are not right for us. And why do we do that? Because we're truly inside afraid of love and commitment. And so what we're going to do is we're going to manifest a relationship, a person, an experience that's going to keep us safe from ever having to make that commitment. So we're just going to keep on repeating trauma over and over again because that's where we're comfortable. And we're very uncomfortable when we have to expose our feelings. We have to tell people the truth. We have to show them who we truly are because we're in fear and we got to get out of that fear. And how do you do that? Through self-love, right? Still trying to heal, right? Self-love. You have to get into being with yourself. A lot of us get thrown into this isolation, right? We're in a separation reading. And so all you guys are separated from your person. Why are you separated from your person? It's because you've been pushed aside. Your soul is telling you, no, we can't keep on doing this anymore. We're gonna stay alone. And why do we stay alone? Because you don't like yourself. And so you try to get out, you try to be busy, you try to do anything you can not to be with yourself because you're not happy with who you are in this present moment. But you can solve that by going within and trying to release all that trauma so that you can truly find the happiness of being by yourself and not needing that codependency, not needing that person, not needing that other experience. And once you're into that place of contentment, sitting at home and just Netflixing and chilling or whatever that is, playing with your cat, right? That's where self-love starts. Responsibilities. I have to take care of my financial and emotional needs. And a lot of us are in that space too because we got pushed outside of every job, everything that could be any sort of a distraction from keeping us to sitting with ourselves and going within and communicating into our higher selves. And a lot of us, that's a huge, huge problem. And it starts with a choice. You have to start to choose. You have to start to try to meditate, try to connect inwards to yourself. And, for a lot of us, it's very difficult, but you have to just keep pushing through it and over and over again until at one point something sort of clicks and you just keep choosing to heal. As you choose to heal, you'll get more and more support, but it may take time. It may be very frustrating, and that's okay. Okay, conversation. So we have a second confirmation that your person wants to have a call and soul contract, right? And this is the big one, right? What are twin flames? What are divine counterparts, soulmates? They're all people or souls that you've had a contract with, so that when you reach a certain frequency, when you've released a certain amount of trauma, that contract comes in place. And some of them are to teach you a lesson, meaning to force you energetically to realize where your trauma sits and then get you to the point where you're like Johnny Dunn. I'm not having this anymore. And that pressure cooker forces you to explode and say no. And when you say no, then a lot of goodness can come in. And some of them are soul contract for that goodness. We don't know until we go through the experience. But what we try to do is we try to get out of illusion and confusion. And how do you do that? By going within and connecting to your heart to get that true north that finds you over here to this place. All right, so let's look at one more round of cards on the situation, and then we're going to go into advice, right? So what's blocking our connections, and some advice from our higher self as to how we can solve whatever's going on within this connection. So with that, Spirit, what else do we need to know about this connection? Remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. All right, Spirit, what else do we need to know? And unlike most other twin flame readers, I don't tell you what's going on with your person because I don't really care, and neither should you. What you really need to know is what's the energy around you and how do you get to that happiness and bliss and love that you really want. What's blocking it, and how do we find that path forward? That's what we really need to know if we're in that path. Which is why we tell you to release this person, because it may not be your person. You might be in illusion and confusion. If it is your person, it will come over here. But nothing you can do for that person. You're not going to heal that person. Getting angry because that person's not healing, not going to do you a damn bit of good. But as you work on yourself and as your person works on himself, things happen. And you've got to release them to let the universe do its thing, because as you're pulling on them, they're not going to do anything because you're always worried. What's he doing? Why is he doing it? I'm angry, right? All those things are creating cords that are going to keep you stuck. So Spirit's saying new love, right? A new chapter begins, whether it's with a new partner or in a current relationship. So like we were saying, right, once you release them, then they can change, they can do the things they need to do, and they may come back and change. But what was there before, that's nothing. It's not good. It never will be. You can't build on a shaky foundation. It had to be crumbled. You may be getting a new love, right? And we talk about that soul contract, right? It's not about one person, because as you fixate on one person, you actually block anything else good that can come out, and you may have much higher level soulmate than a twin flame come through, because it's all about frequency. The higher you rise, the better the chance of you finding somebody with a better frequency match. And that can come in if you allow it. But if you don't, you're stuck with that one person. That one person may never get out of their own shadow, and you may be stuck with nothing. And wait for a next life. Next life, maybe that'll happen. But you got to learn to release these things, because if you don't, the things that you really want may not happen. Take a leap of faith. Only when you're willing to step out of your comfort zone will you reap great rewards. And again, we talked about this, right? We're always in that comfort of trauma. And so it's very uncomfortable to change. Nobody likes changing it, but the universe is constantly changing. Everything is constantly changing. And so with that, you have to be more comfortable with that change, that ebb and flow of things. And as you stay in your comfort zone, you stay stuck. Have faith. The angels are working behind the scenes to make this flourish. So the universe is giving you the signs, but you need to choose to allow them to help. You can't just do it on their own. They're not going to do it on their own. And for some of you, there's not enough love to keep this relationship going in a healthy way. Why? Because you're in illusion and confusion. And that's why you have to put yourself first. Loving yourself makes you more romantically attractive, right? Self-love. So we've got multiple confirmations of this. So Spirit's really pushing hard. Spirit's saying, look, we got all this here waiting for you, but we're waiting on you to choose. You can't, healing doesn't happen automatically. I've got one more card that kind of fell out over here, so I'm just going to pull it because it's bringing my attention. Your person's watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing. So your person's still kind of stalking you a little bit. And perhaps maybe you're doing the same. And if you're doing that, you need to get out of this, because as you do, you're still creating those attachments. And as we create those attachments, we block what is meant for us, or what could be, what the possibility is, because we're stuck on no possibilities but one. And that's limiting and blocking. And it sucks because, we want what we want. We're used to this instant gratification. So I'm going to put these cards aside for a second. I went a little bit out of order here. And I'm going to ask Spirit, what is it that's blocking the collective here that's watching this? What is the block? And most readers, again, will tell you what's going on, but they won't tell you why. What is it that you need to heal, right? And that's the most powerful reading you can get. What is it that you need to work on that can help you move forward? And so I was really happy I found this deck. Spirit, what is the block? I want one more, Spirit, just one. All right, there we go. And so Spirit is giving us two things. And the first one, which threw up face first, right? Fear of loss. You're afraid of losing someone or being abandoned. Take a chance. And this is a big one, right? We're always afraid of being alone. And that's why you don't want to be alone. And that's why you'll put up with these toxic romantic partners, because you don't want to feel like you're alone. You don't want to grow old by yourself. And because of that fear, you're willing to change, you're willing to do anything to keep that toxic person around. And that toxic person knows that and is taking advantage of you all the time. And so how do we stop that? I've actually got another one that just popped out, so we'll take that one too. How do we stop that, right? We stop that by realizing we're enough on our own, and we go back into self-love, because guess what? They could stay, lay, or pray. It doesn't really matter. But when you're in that fear, anytime you're seeing fear, you know this is not right for you. Mixed signals. You don't let others know that you're interested. Flirt and be approachable, right? And so because you're so fixated on one person, you're not allowing anybody else to come in. And last but not least, there is someone out there for you. Don't let this false belief make you miss out. And that's no good ones, right? You're so jaded because of the experiences that you've had have been so bad, because you haven't healed the trauma that's creating those experiences, because you create your own experiences in life. You got nobody else to blame but yourself. And that's the tough lesson. And that's why you have to go in and heal. There are good ones there, but you have to be in a place to allow it. And so that mindset has to change. So how do we get out of this, right? And so we've asked our higher self, the one outside of polarity, the one that is solved this problem already. How did you get out of it, right? When it gets dark, remember that the sun always rises, right? There's an ebb and flow to everything. Things get dark, and then it gets bright again. We're in a universe of polarity, so we have ups and downs, light and dark, good and bad, right? And so remember, that cycle is always going to repeat. An eclipse may hide your light, but not forever, right? So yeah, you may be hit by your shadow, and you may have a difficult time, and you may have a trigger, you may have a trauma that comes in, and you just, let all hell raise. It's okay. You can always go back. You're one choice away from coming back to the light. Intention and action launch all your dreams. And as I said, healing is a choice. You intend to heal, then the dreams come through, but you've got to intend. And there are many doors that lead to the place that you truly belong. And so Spirit's also saying that, you've got a lot of open doors and a lot of choices, and each of those choices will bring you to the place you need to be, some a little bit longer, some a little bit shorter, right? And so you just choose, you try to choose the best you can. The more you heal, the better your choices, and the quicker the door gets you from point A to point B. But there are some times that you just have to go through something that's really difficult, and you're not going to be able to avoid it. So with that, let's look at timing. That's what everybody loves. What is the timing of this situation, right? And what we don't ask is when can we expect it? What we ask is, what is the possibility? When is the probability of us moving into this conversation, this new love, this stability? And so let's see what Spirit says. This collective. So Spirit's given us few cards. Usually doesn't give me this many. And so we'll start with the snarkiest one, right? For some of you, the ones that are still in illusion, the unrequited feelings, not in this lifetime, if this person's just not meant for you. For others of you, It's when you let go, right? And we talked about this the entire time. Spirit's been pushing us to let go of the outcome, let go of the focus on the person, and to go back within yourself. And if you do, between October and February, this love call is possible. So we are in October, and February is just around the corner. So, 4 months or so, give or take, maybe 5 months. So that's the reading I have for you today. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe. If you feel like you do want to really kickstart your healing journey, visit my YouTube channel, Silver Fox Spiritual. That's my light language healing channel. I have tons of light language that is for free that you can go out there and start your healing journey. If you feel you need something a little bit more, you know, surgical towards your own specific needs, you can reach out to me for personal light language. Also, if you would like as well, the group healing is going to be on November 10th with Spiritual Susan, where we'll have Reiki and light language. That'll be a Zoom call, so you get it to record it. You don't actually have to be there if you don't want to. Where we're going to have cards of guidance, Reiki, light language, some meditation, a few other things like that. Usually lasts about an hour, hour and a half, and that gives you kind of the personal experience, because all the codes that are going to be channeled are only going to be for those who are participating either in the replay or inside of the live. And it'll be at a price that's a lot less than trying to do something on your own as a personal one. So you get the best of both worlds, and it's reusable. You can use it for the rest of the year. So with that, if you're interested, reach out, let me know. We are booking, the spaces are booking up pretty quickly. So do reach out. And with the rest of it, thank you for watching, for viewing, for subscribing. Channel is nothing without my viewers. And we hope you have a great day, and let's keep healing so we can start getting into that good love feeling. Cheers.